Hello, everyone. This is Tyson, one of your Miami trainers, bringing you the latest commercial MLS class. Okay, so where we are now is the dashboard. This is what you see right when you click on the Miami Gateway on our main website, miamirealtors.com. What it does is it takes you straight to your gateway that includes all of the product and services that you have access to. So, what we're looking at right now is a standard residential dashboard. In order to access the MLS, you would go down here. Again, this is for a residential member. You go down where it says CoreLogic Matrix, and then you give it a click. If you're a commercial member, your dashboard is going to look like this. In order to access the MLS, you'll go down here where it says CoreLogic Matrix, and you're going to give it a click. Okay, once you click, it's going to take you into your Matrix dashboard where you'll see your normal market watch, your hot sheets, your listings panel as well. But what we're going to look at today is the search bar located at the very top of Matrix, and we're going to go over a couple of different property types that are included within the commercial system. Okay, so right here we have residential income multifamily. Yes, this is considered a residential property type. What it does is it encompasses searching for duplexes, triplexes, and quadplexes. And then we're also going to discuss CLD, which is commercial land. So that's going to include commercial land, business, agricultural, and industrial land. And then we are going to also discuss commercial improved, which is commercial industrial. So that's going to include anything such as industrial warehouses, office spaces, things like that. We're going to go into greater detail and give you some examples of properties that you can search for based on property type. And then we also have business brokerage. Business brokerage refers to a business opportunity, meaning it's listed as a business that's for sale. So it's just going to be the business that's listed in this category and not the actual space or property. Okay, so what we're going to go ahead and do first is we're going to go to the very top here. We're going to give residential income a click. We have received a lot of requests to go over residential income as it has a lot of interesting information as far as what it provides when you conduct a search. Okay, in the top left corner, you have type of property. What this allows you to do is to search for duplexes, fourplexes, and triplexes. For example, we're going to go ahead and click on fourplex, and it's showing us a total of 170 matches that's available right now in the system. Just wanted to quickly go over how to search for a duplex or a triplex or fourplex. But the purpose of today's class is to tackle commercial search. So what we're going to go ahead and do is now go back to the very top of the website. And now we're going to go down to CLD, commercial land, and we're going to do some land search exercises. Okay, so by default, your system is set under status to select active, coming soon, or active with contract. You do have the ability to make some modifications. For example, if you're not interested in seeing active with contract, you can deselect it by giving it a click. Then you would go to coming soon. Again, if you're not looking for coming soon listings, you would click it. And what that does is you're telling the system that you're only wanting to search for active listings, that you're not interested in coming soon or active with contract. If you want to keep this as your default, you're going to go right up here to the cogwheel. You're going to give it a click, and then you're going to be able to click right here where it says set current selected search criteria as my starting default. I'm going to go and do that now, just as an example. But if you ever wanted to add them back, you would just go back under coming soon or active with contract, go back to your cogwheel, and then set current selected as your search criteria, or you could just hit reset so that it goes back to the system defaults. From here, what we're going to go ahead and do is conduct a commercial land search. Just to make your life easier, 43,560 square feet equals an acre. So the main field that you're going to use when you're conducting a commercial land search is the lot square footage section right here. For this example, what we're going to go ahead and do is look for a square footage between 50,000 to 100,000. So in this system, it's asking us for us to put the full value of what we're looking for. So again, what we're communicating is we're looking for square footage between 500,000 to 100,000 for the lot square footage. And this is bringing back a total of 139 results based on this criteria. Now, if you would like, you can actually just go into the system, and if, for example, the client's looking for square footage that's exactly at 50,000, you would just type in 50,000 as so. If they're looking for square footage for 50,000 or less, you would just incorporate a minus sign. So what you're doing is you're telling the system that you're looking for properties that have a lot square footage of 50,000 or less. If you remove the minus and put a plus sign, you're telling the system that you're looking for 50,000 or more for square footage. All right, perfect. What we're going to go ahead and do is remove this information for now. What I wanted to show you guys is at the very bottom of Matrix, we do have some really interesting fields that you can add to your commercial land search, such as lot description. This just makes the math a lot easier for you guys, so you don't have to necessarily do any kind of calculations. It already has a preset value in the pick list. For example, the first selection would be 1 to 2.5 acres. So if you're searching for properties that are 1 to 2.5 acres, you would just give it a click. We have additional option for 5 to less than 10 acre lot, 10 or more acres, or 2.5 up to 5 acres. You would just click here and make your selection. Another good field to use if you're doing a land search would also be usage, where you can search for example, income land properties such as income farm, income grove as well. It also includes unimproved hotel motel, unimproved industrial warehouse, income livestock. There's some additional options you could just go through there, such as income nursery, income recreational. You would just click on the one that's applicable. And then on top of that, we have on-site utilities. For example, you have land that is just the land by itself, but you want to see if there's been any kind of digging where they've included maybe cable access. Maybe they ran a coaxial line from the street. You can click on cable TV. What that's going to do is give you results where there's already cable that's been established to the land itself. If they've run any kind of electrical, you'll see that option there. If they have any gas lines already there as well, irrigation water, you would just make your selection. Another good thing to use and add as an additional field is style of property. You have several different options. You have boat dock or dockominium, commercial lease, hotel non-waterfront, income farm, as well as industrial lease, industrial, and then we have income for nursery, income for other recreational and timber, or mixed use. A lot of different options. Just wanted to make sure I showed you guys these additional fields that you can add that can simplify your search. What we're going to go ahead and do now is go to the very top of the land section for search. We're going to go over to price and run a quick little exercise. So in this situation, our client is looking for a lot square footage that is 50,000 or more. And they're looking for land specifically in the homestead area. So how you do that is you go down to city, you input homestead, and you're going to show 85 matches. So again, what we've told the system is we're looking for lot square footage that is 50,000 or more located in homestead. All right, so what we're going to go ahead and do is click on results so that we can see the listings that loads within the system. All right, so do want to be very clear. Some of the listings in the MLS, you would want to make sure you go into just to do a proper vetting to make sure that it is listed correctly before you send any listings to your client. So what we're going to go ahead and do is look at this first one. It does say 1,000. We're going to click on the listing number just to get a little bit more information. Okay, so we're going to scroll down and look at the remarks. So they are indicating for lease, only 20 acre in Redland used to be a nursery. It has electricity, wells, septic tank, easy to show. Call for additional details, 1,000 per acre per month. So what they're doing here is they're giving you the monthly lease, and it's displaying at $1,000. What we're going to go ahead and do is look through the photos to see what the land looks like. Okay, yeah, this one would be just land. Doesn't look like they are growing something on the land. All right, we're going to go ahead and click out. And then from there, we're going to go back to our grid to look at some additional examples. Okay, the next thing that I would want to look at is a for sale listing. So if you notice, it does filter by current price. If you go down, you're going to see for sale options here. So we're going to go ahead and look at this one at 374 Street at 209th Ave. We're going to give the listing number a click. Okay, and now that we have the listing in front of us, we're going to go over some information here. So they're indicating that the list price is $189,000. They did provide a couple of photos. We're going to go through those real quick. Those look like there's some satellite views of the land. It does look like we have some indication that it would be used for agricultural use. What we can go ahead and do is scroll down. We do have that usage field that I showed you guys earlier. Yes, it is an unimproved agricultural recreation or mobile home. And then if we go down the remarks, it's going to give us a little bit more information. So they are saying, affordable piece of heaven in the quiet and serene area of South Homestead. Grow your own food or lease the land to a farmer that will maintain its agricultural classification. So this does look like a potential investment opportunity. So this would be a great option to look at and maybe send to your client if it fits their needs. The price also looks pretty good as well. Again, this is a sample of a land search. What we're going to go ahead and do now is, okay, for this next example, we're going to stay in the commercial land section. But this time around, we're going to search for land that is for lease. How we do that is we go, once again, back down to the section additional fields. And then we go down to for lease. This does need to be added. In order to add it, you're going to click the add remove, and then you're going to search for lease, and then add that as an additional field to search. Okay, so it's a pick list. You're going to have two options, yes or no. In order to search for land that is considered for rent, you select yes. And then what that's going to do is give us a total of 31 matches in the system. So we're going to go ahead and do is click on the results. That way we can look over the information that is available. Now, if you've noticed under current price, the prices, it looks like they're jumping around. So these initial prices that are showing are based on price per square feet. We're going to go over some options in order to come up with the monthly lease amount shortly. Just wanted to show you these additional options here where they're reflecting 8,000. 1,500, 2,500, 3,308. And then we have these options here towards the bottom where you see 130,000, 149,000, and 650,000. These to me look like they were not listed appropriately. Looks like the agent made a mistake and put a for sale land listing as being for rent. So what we're going to go ahead and do is skip those. First, what we're going to look at is these examples here so we can better interpret what is being offered by the listing agent. So we're going to look first at this income nursery. We're going to go over to the listing number. We're going to give it a click and look at what they're offering. All right, so we're going to go over to remarks. It does say land lease 13.08 acres, established wholesome container plant trees, nursery business for sale with a new land lease. Separate plant, tree, inventory, equipment, and supplies, business use of office, storage, workshop, and more. Property is fenced with filter, irrigation, and diesel well pump system. Let's see what else we have. If we scroll down in section financial office information, we do have terms. They do consider a lease option as being available. Trying to see if there's any additional information for us to look over. They are indicating that the usage is indeed an income nursery as well. Looks like the land lease, again, incorporates 13.08 acres at $1,000 per acre. Okay, so now we're going to go back to our grid so that we can look at the other results that we had. How we get back to our results is we go up here to agent single line, CLD display, and give it a click. So the next thing we're going to look at is these listings that are priced based on the dollar amount. For example, you have this one at $3. That means it's $3 per square feet, $5 per square feet, and then $6 per square feet. What I wanted to teach you guys is a quick hack for your grid. What you can do is go over here under ML number. I mean, technically you could do it anywhere to add an additional column, But for this purpose, we're going to go over here where it says ML number. In the open space, we're going to give it a click. We're going to go down here to insert column, and then we're going to type in maximum leasable square feet. We're going to add it by clicking apply. And then what that's going to allow us to do is save some time to see if these price per square feet include leasable square footage. What we're going to go ahead and do is hover over lease square footage, give it a click. I'm going to give it a click one more time so that we can see the listings that include leasable square feet. Okay, so you have, for example, these two listings. You have the this one that has 43,700, and then you have this one at 30,000. So in order to figure out the monthly lease amount, what you do is you take the price per square feet here, the leasable square footage, and then what you do is you multiply it together. And then once you're done with that, you then divide by 12, and then that's going to give you the monthly lease. Of course, I strongly suggest to click on the listing number, go down to the remarks, just to make sure that that's the correct information. For example, the one I just clicked on it for the remarks, it says for lease vacant land, terms are negotiable, asking $6 per square feet for a year market on the 441 space available for lease is 20,000 square footage. All right, perfect. Okay, so that concludes our commercial land search. What we're going to go ahead and do now is go to the top. We're going to hover our mouse over the word search. Now we're going to go down to commercial improved industrial and give it a click. All right, perfect. So what I want to make sure I mention is these fields on the left. Commercial improved industrial is a little bit easier when you're searching for sale or leases. Now, once again, I want to make sure I mention that if you do select lease or for sale, just double check the information. Always go to the remarks to make sure that the agent is correctly inputting the information properly. I also wanted to show you the field here, property type, building type. This section is extremely important to incorporate within your search. That way you can look for specific types of buildings. For example, we have apartments, which is good for income purposes. If we keep scrolling down, we have the option to search for churches, building trades, condominium, freestanding buildings, heavy manufacturing. We have our classic industrial as well. We have the mall enclosed, marina, and then you have warehouse as well down here. Just wanted to jump over there real quick. Warehouse, many different options. Again, we also have tavern and bar, strip store. But for the purpose of this quick search we're going to do now, we're going to do a search based on industrial. We're going to give it a click. And we're also going to look for warehouse. How we do that is we hold down Control on our keyboard. We're going to scroll down to warehouse. And then we're going to give it a click. And we're going to now search for warehouses and industrial space in Doral as the city. All you have to do is type in Doral here or search for it in the pick list. So right now, without being specific for the transaction type, we're telling the system that we're looking for warehouse space, and we're also incorporating industrial as well in Doral. So if we want to look for sale in Doral, you click right here where it says transaction type, you click sale. And that's going to bring you down to 8 matches. Wow, it looks like a lot of the options in Doral are for lease at this time. But we're going to go ahead and see what's for sale in Doral based on industrial space and warehouse space. We're going to go ahead and click on results to take a look. All right. Okay, so now we're back in our grid, and it's giving us all of the listings based on the criteria that we selected. This row is going to give us the current price, meaning the list price of what the seller is asking. This section is our building type that fleshes out the type of building that's being sold. For example, this first listing is a industrial office warehouse combination. The next one is a freestanding industrial. The next two are industrial properties. And then you have condominium or industrial warehouse space, office warehouse combination. And then you have this bottom option here, industrial office warehouse as well. and then you have the year that it was built in this column, and then you'll have access to the style and type on the right, and then of course the square footage right here. I also want to make sure I mention that you have the ability to see the listing photos by either clicking on the listing number. If you click the listing number, what that's going to do is take you to that exact listing where you can look at the photos. But if you see a price point that looks interesting to you, you can, in your grid, look at the photos by going to the far left over here, click View Photos, and then from there you'll be able to actually see the photos of the property. For this one, we have the aerial view as the first photo, front of the structure, parking area. Looks like the entrance. This is the warehouse space. Looks like a rather large warehouse. Wonder if it had, yeah, and it does have an office space as well. So it looks like it's a warehouse and office space combination. And it does look like it's furnished with a bathroom and a general quarters for taking a break or a lunch. Okay, so that concludes our search for industrial space and warehouse space. So now what we're going to do is search for apartments. So I just want to make sure that I mention anything above 5 units or more is considered commercial. Anything that encompasses 4 units or less is considered residential. All right, so we're going to go ahead and click on this open space. We're going to go back down to criteria. And then, as I'm sure you noticed, it kept the same information within our search that we just did a couple of minutes ago. In order to reset it so we can start anew, is we go down here to clear and we give it a click. And then make sure to go back up to the top, click active. We're going to look for active apartments. Under property type, we're going to go down to apartments. Under transaction type, we're going to click sale. Which brings us down to 67 matches. From there, we can go down to type of property. We can mention flex, space, hotel, income, multifamily. For this purpose, we're going to click on income multifamily. That's going to bring us down to 57 matches. What we're going to go ahead and try to do is search for, again, for sale apartments that are considered income multifamily. Within the city of Doral. Let's see if that gives us any results. It actually does not give us any results. It doesn't look like that's the appropriate market. We're going to go ahead and remove, and then we're going to search under Cutler Bay to see if we have anything come back. Okay, we also got 0 for that. All right, so what we're going to do is look under Miami Beach to see if that changes anything. Yes, it does. That comes back with 9 matches. Again, I just want to make sure that we know what we're looking for. We're looking for apartments that are for sale that are considered income multifamily in Miami Beach. So now we're going to go down here where it says results, and we're going to give it a click. And then we have the information here. So this is the address column where it shows the address of where the units are located. You have your current price, and then you have your building type right here. What I wanted to show you guys to make your life's easier is another hack. So what we're going to go ahead and do is go over here to ML number into the open space until it turns into a crosshair, and then we're going to click. We're going to go down to insert column. We're going to type in the word units and then click on number of units, apply. And then what that's going to do is give us, and again, this comes down to the agent providing the information, but it's going to give us a total number of units that's included. Now you'll notice here that these options are blank. That means the agent did not input information into those fields, as to where the listings at the bottom, the agents did. Now the ones that are blank, again, we strongly suggest clicking on the listing number, looking at the remarks so that we can clearly see what's being offered. For this example, we're going to go down to 6860 Abbott Avenue. Okay, now we're going to give the listing number a click. All right, perfect. Okay, so at the very top, this is going to give us the location information, the address of the property. As promised, it is located in Miami Beach, Florida. The list price is $2,400,000. But what I wanted to show you is this section here where we have the type of property as being income multifamily. And then if you scroll down, they're indicating a cap rate of 5.35%. If you keep looking down, you have information based on the units. So what they're showing is each individual unit is one bedroom. There's a total of 10 units available. Each of them have a bathroom, and they are being leased out annually. And then if you scroll down, you're going to have this section here where it says financial information. They're showing their gross scheduled income of $188,400. Their expenses as being $74,417, and then with a net operating income of $113,983. So what I want to make sure I mention is going back to the expense amount. Again, they're indicating $74,417. What could also be considered an expense is, of course, anything they're paying as far as taxes. So we're showing $22,317. What you would want to do is, of course, reach out to the listing agent, which they have their number here. You can ask them, is the total expenses reflecting also including the taxes that's being paid? Just always double check that. The cap rate is a little low at 5.35%. We will go to the top and see. Okay, what we're going to do now is a more general search within the county of Miami to see what would be a good option as far as for investment. So we're going to go up here to search. From there, we're going to go back to commercial improved industrial. We're going to give it a click. And then what we're going to go ahead and do is remove coming soon and active with contract. We're going to maintain keeping active as the option. From there, we're going to go down to sale under transaction type. And then we're going to go down to property type, building type. We're going to click on apartments again. And then we're going to go down to income multifamily under type of property. And then from here, we're going to actually go up to county. We're going to click on Miami-Dade County, which is giving us a total of 42 matches. All right, so we're going to click on results. And then what we're going to do is I'm going to teach you guys a quick hack to save some time. We're going to go over here to ML number. We're going to insert column, and then we're going to put in number of units. You just simply type in units and then click apply. We're going to go to ML number, insert column. We're going to put in total. Actually, we're just going to search expenses. That's probably the easier way of doing it. Right here, we're going to click on total expenses, apply. Then we're going to go over here to ML number once again, insert column, and then we're going to type in gross. And then that's going to give us the gross scheduled income. We're going to click apply. So what that's going to do is it's going to give us all of the information we need within the grid so that we can just look at the photos. That way we can get a quick, easy understanding of what's being offered. Now, what you want to do, of course, is go to the very, very top. What you can do is either have the listing show up by units. First, what you're going to have to do is double click. And then what that's going to do is line up all the properties based on the highest number of units appearing at the top. And then as you descend, the number of units decreases. Now, we do have a couple of examples here where the agents are providing all information that we need. For example, if we go down to 3701, 3711 Northwest 24th Street, they're including the number of units that's being offered. So they're including a number of 8 units at $1,400,000. They're indicating a total expense of $25,565 with a gross scheduled income of $130,041. This one actually looks like a pretty good deal. I just want to teach you guys this quick hack. That way you can just jump right into the system, get the information you need. And I also want to show you the ability to save this. That way, if you ever repeat this search, you can just go into your display and then add it. Okay, so how we do this, we go up here, we scroll up a little bit where it says manage display. We're going to give it a click. This one I'm just going to put investment commercial apartments as an example. If I could spell it right. All right, here we go. And then you go over here to save as a copy. And the next time you come into the system, you can just go into your display, switch to investment commercial apartments, and then it's going to give you the fields that we just added so that you can save time, jump into the system, and quickly look at what's available. So I'm going to go back down. This one looked like a pretty good deal. We're going to click on the listing number, and we're going to look at the photos. All right. Okay. Nice. All right. I'm going to keep going through the photos. Looks like there's some parking spaces. Little limited though, it looks like, on parking. We're going to keep, which is standard for Miami, if you ask me. We're going to keep going through the photos. All right. This looks like there's a lot of units available. We're going to click out. We're going to go down. Then we're going to look at the remarks. So it does say 8-unit Alapata multifamily for sale with central air conditioning and parking, remodeled interiors in all units in 2020. So they were just recently updated. CBS property has 4 units on each side with a total of 6 one-beds and 2 studios. So it looks like they're including 6 one-bedrooms and then 2 studios. Rents below market, new voucher in place effective September 1st, 2022 for $1,550 per month for one of the 1-1s. All right, so we're going to go ahead and go down to the financial information. They're reflecting a tax amount of $7,520. We have that gross scheduled income that we saw in the grid of $130,041, a gross operating income of $130,041, and then net operating income of $104,475, with total expenses as being $25,565. This is a good example of running a valuation to see if the cap rate's worth it. I don't see that they're indicating any kind of cap rate. However, you can go to the very top, of course, click on the RPR icon, and then you can run a valuation. Now, we do offer the valuation guide within our commercial RPR course. Those will be available soon, if not already. Again, this is how we search to see what the income opportunity encompasses. And you could get that information here or potentially in the remarks up here. So again, I just wanted to give you guys a quick little look into apartment income opportunities. Make sure to go into your grid. Definitely make sure to incorporate and save the grid that I showed you guys. That way it's just far easier to figure out what's going on in the MLS. What we're going to go ahead and do now is we're going to jump into the final commercial category, which is business brokerage, which is business opportunity. We're going to go ahead and give it a click. Okay, so that brings us to the business brokerage section, also known as business opportunities. Right now, we have a total of 954 business opportunities that are available under active status. What I want to make sure that I show you guys is this section, style of business. Now, there's a bunch of options. I do have it starting at the bottom because the bottom has probably the better options that are available in the system. For example, we have tavern bar, we have storage, we have service, retail, restaurant, professional service, other style, mobile home park, medical service, marine, manufacturing, lounge, gas sold, meaning it's a gas station, franchise, food, farm, groves, and ranches, which is also a good business opportunity. You have convenience stores, you have your personal consumer, you have your business, you have building trade service, then you have your beauty and barber shop. What we can go ahead and do for the first example, we're going to look for a business opportunity that's a bar, such as a sports bar. How we can do that is one of 2 ways. You can go down to style of business. You can put tavern bar. That's going to bring it down to 19 matches. We can go to type of business, and then we can hit asterisk. We can put in sports bar, asterisk. And what that's going to do is it's going to let us know that there's one match that fits our criteria for a business that is considered a sports bar. What we can go ahead and do is hit results. And then that's going to give us the listing that fit that information. What we can go ahead and do is click on the listing number, and they're only providing one photo of a person. Looks like they're at a pub. Not too much information to look at as far as the actual business itself. However, if we scroll down, we do have some additional information in remarks. We have Ricky's Restaurant and Sports Bar for sale in Hollywood, Florida, with 4-cop liquor license, in business for 48 years, in prime location with a loyal customer following. Location has been a restaurant for 67 years. Consistent gross sales over 2.5 million per year. Wow. With over 700,000 net profit with owner benefit. Asking 3,900,000. Real estate is also available for 2,600,000. Okay, so they're also indicating that the actual structure of the sports bar is potentially as an additional option for sale. What we're going to go ahead and do is go back up to the top. Actually, no, we're going to go down to the bottom. We're going to go to criteria, and then what we can do is deselect tavern bar and just keep sports bar. So what that did is that gave us two results. So we're going to see the first one we looked at, which is at the very top here, and then we have the second option for 375,000, located at 2775 Burris Road. They're indicating that it's a sports bar and grill. What we can go ahead and do is click on the view photos so that we can get a feel of the space. Okay, so it does look like it was an industrial warehouse that was repurposed as a sports bar, but it does have video arcade, so that's always good for kids. We're going to keep going through the photos. Okay, looks pretty nice. It's priced at $375,000. What we're going to go ahead and do is click on the listing number just to get some additional information. So they are indicating here 2-cop liquor license and business opportunity for sale. 30-year-old established, fully operational with a great staff, tiki bar and legal arcade, pool tables, games, and great food, sports TV, low rent for 12 years remaining. Okay, so we would want to double check that lease amount. Looks like they're locked in at 12 years at that rate, so it doesn't look like they're going by market prices. That could be a good thing. On solid lease, potential to operate 24 hours as well. So we're going to go ahead and see if there's any additional information. They are including their gross sales of 300,000. Insurance expenses is 2,000 as well. And then, of course, you have the listing agent's information just in case you want to ask some additional questions. All right, so what we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to go and search for other types of businesses. We're going to click criteria, which takes us back to where we were. What we're going to go ahead and do is remove sports bar from type of business. This time what we're going to do is look for liquor store. See if we have anything come back. Okay, so there's 5 matches available for liquor store. We're going to go down to results and take a look. All right, so I just want to be very clear. Here's the address there. Then you have your current price, and then you have the style of business. So this one is just a business in Doral. And then you have business, retail, tavern, bar. This one's a bar lounge only for business use. And then you have this one, just a retail space, looks like. And you have this one, which is a bar lounge only business. What we're going to go ahead and do is they did indicate it's a liquor store at $795,000, but they put style as retail. What we're going to go ahead and do is click on the photos just so we can get a better understanding of what they're offering. It looks like they only have one photo. So what we would want to do in that case is click on the listing number, look at the remarks. But we're going to keep looking at what we have available. Do want to mention over here on the far right, we do have the field location. So it's going to let you know if it's in a city location, if it's essential business, if it's located in a shopping center, or if it's in an anchored center rather. And then if it's in a city location. Just also wanted to make sure I mentioned that part as well. So what we're going to go ahead and do is look at the one that was built in 1949 at $899,000 by clicking on the listing numbers, just so we can get some additional information. Does look like we have some great photos. Okay, looks like there is an opportunity for a band to play while you eat. I always love that. It's a great feature, especially if it's blues. I love blues music. Yep, there's that liquor section there. We're going to keep going. Okay, there's RB Lounge. Looks like that's the name of the business. We're going to go ahead and click out. And then we're going to go down to remarks just so we can get some additional information. So it does say a double business opportunity consisting of a liquor store and an income-producing lounge bar staged for live music in the heart of Miami. completely updated and with plenty of parking near Miami International Airport. Property is easy to show. All right. So again, that was an example of a business opportunity. So we did a couple of exercises. What we can do is go back to criteria. I do want to make sure that I make full usage of this field, style of business. Just always, if you're using style of business, always look at the remarks. That way you get a full understanding of what's being offered within the business. For this one, we're going to go down to convenience store. We're going to give it a click. We're going to go into city, and then we're going to search in Miami Beach. All right. So we came back with one match for convenience store in Miami Beach. We're going to go down to results and see what we're being provided. All right. So we do have the locations in Washington Avenue. I'm sure you guys have noticed not all business opportunities are providing the address. In some situations, it is considered confidential. We don't require commercial properties to show the full address. Reason being is you would want to remain confidential so that the clients are not aware that the actual business is being sold. As an example, what you can go ahead and do is click on the listing number so that we can get more information on this convenience store. So right here, just want to bring you back to where we were looking earlier, which was the style field. So this one is mapped as being a business, convenience store, retail. It does look as though it is a standard convenience store. Going to look at the photos. All right, does look like a fully utilized convenience store. Looks like it is packed with lots and lots of stuff. All right, we're going to keep going. All right, yeah, looks nice. And it does look like they may have a liquor license as well. We're going to go down to licenses. Yes, indeed, they have beer and wine license, city license, and county license. And then we're going to go down to remarks just to get a little bit more information. Convenience store in Washington Ave in South Beach, Miami. Local and tourist customers, excellent exposure in the epicenter of South Beach. Store has been fully remodeled with over $150,000 in electrical, plumbing upgrades, and leasehold improvements. Beer and wine license, additional income from Florida lottery. Wow, nice. ATM and Bitcoin ATM. Did notice those Bitcoin kiosks. Local and tourist customers, all equipment, inventory, and furniture, including in sale. Second floor, 200 square footage, studio with full bath used by owner. And they're pricing it at a smooth $375,000. Again, just wanted to give you guys a couple of different ways to search for business opportunities within the Matrix system. I hope you guys found that helpful. This does conclude the class today. However, stay tuned for additional commercial content. How you can get in the know is by subscribing to our YouTube channel by going to youtube.com/miamitrainers. And of course, by looking at our calendar on our website by going to miamirealtors.com/calendar in order to schedule a course. Thank you for being a Miami member and have a great day. Thank you.